Welcome to Cincinnati Sports Scene Podcast, and this is episode number 151. We passed a milestone, and we're diving headfirst into another wild week of Cincinnati sports. The Bengals defense can't stop a nosebleed. 81 points in 2 home games. Unbelievable. And the locker room starting to crack. FCC is fighting for their playoff lives against Columbus, and UC's football just took a tough one on the chin against Utah. Plus, Reds offseason moves, the college football chaos, and our college football coaching carousel rankings. Say that fast 10 times. So grab your drinks, settle in, and let's break it all down. This is the Cincinnati Sports Scene Podcast, where Cincinnati comes to talk sports. All right, so let's just dive right into the meat and potatoes of it here. I'm gotta do a couple things here real quick, so bear with me, folks. But we're gonna talk a little bit about the Bengals or the Bungles, and the Stinkinati. All right. So as we talk about it, let's look at the Bengals here. Right, they take a big old beat down to the Bears, 42-41. Defense once again has a big old letdown. Last 50 seconds. Like I said in the beginning, 81 points in 2 home games they've given up, plus
over 1,000 yards,
75 yards. Yep. So the picture on the screen there is the locker room fraction. Right? Is Zac losing it? Is it breaking? Who knows? Right? The last 4 games, The Bengals have scored the most points in the NFL, and yet their record is 1-3. So let's talk Bengals, and then we'll get into the trade
real quick on that.
After.
So the next 3 teams on that list in terms of points scored are all 3-1.
Yeah, all 3-1 on that is the Colts.
Yeah. And
I can't remember
the other 2. Colts, Rams, and Seahawks, I think.
Yeah,
all 3. I think that's who it was, and they're all 3-1. Yeah. And we're 1-3.
And we're 1-3. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk Bengals. Talk the game. Thoughts on it? I know you weren't here last week. I did a 20-minute rant.
Yeah.
It was episode 150. We wanted to do a big special edition, but it was just me ranting. So go ahead. Your turn to rant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk about the Jets a whole lot. I listened to the Tony and Mo football show after the Jets game, and they described that as the most embarrassing loss of the Zac Taylor era, and I agreed with them until last Sunday. I think that's even more embarrassing. I really do, because you're doing that performance back to back against the Jets and the Bears. I know the Bears are improved, and they're not a bad team this year, but it's still the freaking Bears.
The Bears was 4th on that list. That's the other team. It was the Bears.
Really?
Yeah, that scored.
Really? Well, good for them. At least, but only because they got to play the Bengals. I'm sure the Jets are probably 5th. So, and they got shut out a game. So, I mean, they're all-time bad. The defense is literally the worst ever. And it was really bad last year. And we did not think it would be worse. And yet somehow they're even worse. Meanwhile, Lou Anarumo's got the Indianapolis Colts defense playing pretty well, which, I mean, we knew that was going to happen. We knew it wasn't really Lou, it was the players. But, he had to take the fall for it. Somebody had to. So, yeah, I mean, it just embarrassing just to be a Cincinnati Bengals fan. It's embarrassing right now. I mean, you have the offense. Joe Flacco just threw for a career high in yards. That was his career high, 470-plus yards, 4 touchdowns.
Most by a 40-year-old. So that's includes Brady,
Favre, Breeze, Warren Moon.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
So
yes,
Flacco.
And so, I mean, as much as I want to kill Zac Taylor, the offense did its job, which, I mean, that's really what he's here for, is for the offense. They've been doing their job. I mean, yeah, he has, stupid decisions from time to time. That's really our beef with him. But, I mean, the way that Duke Tobin and I would say the front office, but it's just Duke Tobin put together this team.
And Zac. I mean, Zac has a lot of say.
Zac has say, but he puts together a good offense. I don't know why they can't put together a good defense. Well, I know why. It's because they won't pay anybody when they should pay them, and then they can't draft worth anything.
No, they've missed.
Which is why I'm a big proponent of trade guys and just get as many draft picks as you can.
Well, let's
just
go ahead and
play
talk
the
about
odds.
that. Let's first talk about. Well, let's talk about the trade deadline, then we'll talk about the locker room fraction. So the trade deadline, only person that's going out of Cincinnati is Logan Wilson for a 7th round pick, which to me, that's fine. I mean, we gave a 7th round pick or 6th round pick to Cleveland, I think, for Flacco. So pretty much we get a 7th round pick back. Flacco was our big trade deadline, pre-trade deadline acquisition. So for all of us here who are frustrated right now that they don't do anything, well, they did, but it was early. And it was all on the offensive side. They weren't doing anything on the defensive side.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't doing it. I mean, obviously they don't care about the defense. They think with their MO, with their weapons they have, we can outscore people. Well, we can't. It's
not
proven.
Not when your defense is a high school defense. I mean,
And
I'm surprised these dudes even got D1 scholarships, to be honest with you. I mean, they're awful.
Freaks, right? I mean,
they're
like
they can't. They have no fundamentals, and they're constantly misaligned.
Well, here's my big issue is like if you look at some of these guys in college, Jordan Battle, he is not missing that tackle because he knows darn well Nick Saban would have been chewing his ear from the moment he got up until he came to the sideline, and then he still would be chewing his ear out. It's called accountability. And
he wouldn't have got up. He'd have faked an injury.
Yeah, he would have.
You don't want to hear that from Saban. Yeah.
Right. Because there's no accountability. And that is the big issue with this defensive side of the ball. And, when they came in and said, Duke Tobin said basically he did not want to spend that kind of money on the defensive with the same results. Well, he's, didn't do much, brought in Slayton as our big acquisition, and we're worse. I mean, we are worse off now. And a lot of people out there in Twitterverse, they're saying, well, if Trey was playing, he would have caused havoc on those last 2 plays and blah, 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 blah. I don't know, because Trey was playing early. Yeah, I mean, we were 2-0. He didn't, it's just
maybe
they would have double teamed him. I mean, he would have had to try to fight through a double team. Shamar's not finding the quarterback. He's going the wrong way, and he's getting plowed 7 yards diagonal. Oh my God!
Yeah, this great athlete he is. I mean, goodness gracious,
he got just. I mean,
he got destroyed, and then on the little jet sweep that they ran, the little slot receiver just posted him up, and he couldn't get around him. Dude's 5'8", 180 pounds. He couldn't get around him.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I said it before.
He's got more hits on Joe Burrow in training camp than he does on an opposing quarterback.
That is true. So
what's that tell you about our offensive line? Jamar Stewart can get to Joe Burrow.
Yeah. So Miles Murphy, Stewart.
I mean, they're all useless.
Battle, Dax Hill, CTB. I mean,
yeah. Turner's the only one who I'd even think about keeping for next year.
Yeah. Geno Stone.
No.
I mean,
yeah, not a single one of them. I mean, they're all garbage.
None
of them even seem to care. They don't seem to care either. That's what's frustrating.
Yeah, and that's what we'll get to here in just a second. But the draft. That's why it was important to get rid of some other guys and get multiple draft picks. Nobody, I guess. I mean, the report out there was, San Francisco called about Trey, and the asking price was a 2nd rounder. I think the Bengals were trying to get. Dallas came out and said it was like a 3rd rounder, maybe goes into conditional, but Jerry Jones said that was too steep. And I'm like, the reason it's too steep, everybody here in Cincinnati thinks Trey's great, and he's, even the Bengals front office thinks he deserves a 1st round pick. Maybe 2 years ago when you had him under contract, but
after last year,
yeah, he's not under contract until the end of this year. I mean, this is it. Why would you give up a number 1 draft choice, which in the NFL is gold, for a guy who is injured? And he's only going to play maybe 6 games for you, because with that hip injury, I mean, he might not come back.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm I'm out. I'm done for the year. I'm done for the year. There's
Yeah.
there's no point in him coming back. People know he can still get after the quarterback. Yeah, he might not get the high dollars that he's looking for, but he could probably still get, a 3-year deal at 15 to 20 a year if he wants it. Or he
Yeah.
can take a 1-year prove it deal with somebody with a contender. But if I'm him, why would you come back? What's
Yeah.
the point? I mean, he reworked
Well,
his deal. He got it fully guaranteed. There's no playing.
I think
He's
the
got some
point
bonuses,
is
but
Trey's character. I mean, if he could come back and play, he'd come back and play. I think that's who he is. And I know he sat out, but he showed up.
yeah, no, you're right about that. But I mean,
But yeah,
also
injury. Yeah,
Trey's
no.
Trey's agent is awful because any good agent would have been in contact with San Francisco and Dallas and been like, "Hey,
Yeah,
what's your extension? What are we looking like here?" Because if you're willing to give up a third to get us off the Bengals, we can go ahead and start negotiating right now.
right.
That shows you if you
Good
trade
faith.
for us, we're yeah, exactly, in good faith. Like any decent agent would do. So I mean that's frustrating on our end, as fans. We're not doing anything this year. We need all
Well,
the
look at the
draft capital
Jets.
we can get.
Look at the Jets. Look what the Jets did,
Yeah,
right? They're not going
yeah.
anywhere, and
No,
they
they
beat
got 3
us.
first-round picks yesterday.
Yeah, and they beat us without
Yeah,
their best players.
yeah,
Gardner didn't
yeah.
play, and
No,
Garrett
Garrett Wilson didn't play.
didn't
Yeah,
play. So it's like, and they got rid of Gardner for 2 first round. The Colts were like, we're all in. We're going to get it.
yeah.
Irsay is,
Probably overpaid, honestly.
well, yeah, Jim Irsay is, no longer running the ship, and his daughter's like, we're doing it now. We're doing it my way, and we're going all in because we're going to show our fans with Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Think about that, Daniel Jones, Colts
yeah.
defense, Lou.
Right.
It's not
And I
too
mean,
complicated for them, apparently.
the Colts defense, their run defense is really good. Pass defense not so great. What do? Let's go get the best corner available,
What does the
an
Bengals
All
do?
Pro Bowl cornerback.
Just sit
What do the
here,
Bengals do? Nope.
play twiddly thing,
Right. Like, maybe we'll give, I don't know, freaking Anthony some more snaps at safety. Oh, yeah.
right. And then we've got guys who we're not even using, like Jermaine Burton,
You wouldn't get anything for him, but
7th round pick. He
no,
graded a number 1. He was.
he did. But people see just how absolutely stupid he is. I mean,
That's true.
there's no chance. There's
Well, then
no
cut him.
chance anybody.
But
Yes, I totally agree. Because they had practice, what was it, Monday or Tuesday for first and second years, just going into their bye, just so that those younger guys
right.
can get some reps. And where was he? He was in Atlanta.
So
Like, okay, yeah, you haven't played all year, and just
get out. Yep.
tell him to stay in Atlanta. I mean, seriously, there's no
Well,
sense in him coming back to Cincinnati. If Mike Brown wasn't so poor, I'd say we'll hire a moving company, we'll box your stuff up and ship it down to you.
Mike Brown's not poor. He pretends to be.
He wasn't so cheap. Excuse me.
Yes, there you go. That's a difference. There's a difference. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the big thing here. The locker room fraction. Is Zach's culture club. That we talked about for so long on this podcast. It's finally starting to show its cracks. You come out, Jamar Chase is, he's walking off the field, just one effing stop, right, to the fans. And then Chase Brown takes it a step even further and pretty much calls out the defense 50 seconds to go. All we need is one stop, and you can't do that. We put the ball in the end zone. Unprobable.
Yeah, onside kick. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're down 15 points in 2 minutes and 11 seconds, and we take the lead. The onside kick, what's the Bears guy doing trying to block two Bengals guys? That's just stupidity.
In front of 10 yards.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And he hits off his foot, and then, touchdown. And then Archuleta, he was like, touchdown, when the Bengals went up, he's like, the Bengals might have left too much time on the clock.
50 seconds.
50 seconds, 54 seconds, and then the kickoff is, 4 seconds. He goes, I think the Bengals may have left too much time on the clock. And Sparrow, he was like, is that the only thing you got to complain about? And he's like, well, they haven't been able to stop anybody. And sure enough,
and he was right.
He was right. He's done the game the last 2 weeks, so he's got a pretty good insight on the Bengals' lack of tackling. So,
I can get him out of the booth and put him at safety.
Exactly.
I'm sure he's still got a little juice left in him. Goodness.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, the locker room is split. I mean, there's no leader on the defense to hold anybody accountable. The offense, I mean, it would be one thing if it was, a couple games frustrated. You can tell them, hey, knock it off. It's been 2 years of this. This is
Right.
2 years.
2 years. Yep.
Of the offense putting up otherworldly, I mean, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Triple Crown, all sorts of numbers. And the defense is just, I mean, just absolutely garbage. They have the last 2 years a losing record when they score more than 35 points. That's insane. That's impossible. Like, how does that happen? It's it's so bad. Like, they've lost 6 games where they have scored more than 35 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, like, think about it. Joe Flacco had 2 interceptions, and they still put up what, 40? Was it 42?
41.
Put up 42 points, 41 points
41.
with 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Damn near perfect outside of those 2 plays. And then Zac Taylor in his press conference on Monday is like, well, the offense should have played better. Like, dude, no.
You can't play better. I mean,
no, you
could.
Okay,
but,
sure, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're not going to. You're not going to. No offense is perfect. Not a single, unless you're playing the Bengals defense, then you're perfect. But outside of that, no offense is ever perfect. Like, it doesn't happen. So to sit there, you're putting all this pressure on the offense where if they make one mistake, if they punt once, if they kick a field goal, if they have a turnover, game's over. It's ball game.
Right.
Because the defense isn't going to do anything. And that builds that pressure when the offense succeeds. That's why they get so frustrated. Because their backs are against the wall constantly, and they are constantly doing their job. I mean, it's a good thing they're on a bye, because in practice, I guarantee you they would have fought this week. I guarantee you.
And maybe that's what they need. Maybe that's exactly what they need. Maybe they need to just, no holds bar. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
And
maybe. I mean, because if it doesn't happen in practice, it's going to happen on the sideline on a Sunday. It is.
The offense may
It's
not even
gonna
go out. They're going to just sit there and boycott. They're going to say, "I'm not going out. Why go out? I mean, we're going to score, and you're just going to give up the lead again.
Yeah.
We're just going to stay here, Zach. Sorry.
No.
Or what the devil might do is the offense might stay out on there when it's defense,
just play defense
and say, "You guys stay on the court. Just stay on the sideline. We've got it. We'll take T and Jamar.
Literally can't be any worse.
Yeah, T and Jamar will be on the corners. They'll take the receivers.
Just take Flacco out and put somebody else. Put Browning in instead of Flacco.
Back in there at free safety, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They're bad.
All right. So let's move on. FCC update. You go from the Bengals game, UC's game, Bengals game, FCC's game.
Yeah, goodness. That's Cincinnati sports right there.
That is
right
Cincinnati
there.
sports. It's like when it rains, it pours. Nothing can go right for us. And we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We said, we had to win game 1, which we did. And we had to have a good showing in Columbus, which we did not. I mean, they got blasted 4-0. It's the best of 3. It's tied 1-1. Back here, is it tomorrow night or is it tonight?
It's tomorrow. I don't think it's tonight because they just played Sunday. I can't imagine it'll be tonight. I'll see if I can get on ESPN real quick.
I'll look it up real quick. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the games 1 and games 2.
Yeah, I mean, game 1 was, they at home, they had the home field advantage, obviously. I mean, TQL was rocking. I mean, it was a great atmosphere watching that on TV. Fans were into it. I can't remember Denke scored the goal, which was, exactly what they needed, because that first half was a little touch and go. I said before they needed to score in the first half to kind of avoid that, but they scored pretty early on in the second half, and then they were able to kind of hold possession and play really good defense the rest of the game, and then they just had to wait for the ref to blow the final whistle, which he did not want to do for whatever reason. I mean, goodness, stoppage time was only supposed to be 5 minutes. That thing was up at 9 before he finally blew the whistle. I mean, ridiculous. As far as game 2 went, I told you they weren't winning in Columbus, so that's why it was imperative to win game 1. I did not think they would lose 4-0. That worries me a little bit, just because now Columbus has all the momentum. It wasn't like it was a hard-fought game where they had to expend energy, throw everything at it. I mean, they got up early, they coasted, and still added on. Not great. I mean, Columbus had like 70% of the possession. I mean, it was. Well, it has me worried for for Game 3. It really does, just
It
because
does.
I
And it
mean,
should,
all the
because
momentum is gone.
the way Cincinnati is cursed around here.
I mean, the way that they finished, especially FCC, the way that they've just kind of petered out the last couple of years in the playoffs. Where
So I guess the game is Saturday at 6
Saturday,
TQL. So Saturday, Apple TV. But this leads into the next thought: is Noonan on the hot seat? I mean, if he doesn't advance,
I mean, yeah, he probably is. Just because
I mean, does he get
you
canned?
went out,
Does he get canned if they lose?
there's a good chance.
Yeah, I think. I mean, with
It
the way
really is,
soccer,
because
yeah,
I mean, one, if this was Europe, he'd have been canned a long time. After the second, they got rid of him. Which, I mean, I'm glad they didn't, because he's a great coach. But you think, okay, maybe, Lucho and Vasquez and some of those guys, maybe they just weren't playoff guys. You bring in I mean, your goal scorers I mean, they're all different. I know Brenner came back, whatever, but Danke and Evander, those are two key players. They're different. You flame out again.
yeah.
That's tough to kind of talk your way out of, I would think. I know FCC. I mean, Noonan's their fourth coach, I think. It was like four coaches in 3 years, and then they got Noonan.
Yeah.
So maybe they would prefer to keep the stability and look somewhere else. But I don't, assistant wise, because I mean they've shown they're going to spend the money on the players to get the guys that Noonan wants.
Well,
So
and
if he
that's
can't
why
deliver the results,
and that's why I'm,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
whispers. I
I
wouldn't
think
say it's rumors. There's whispers out there saying that
it's
he could
it's
be on the
definitely worth
hot
talking
seat.
about. It
And
is,
if
yeah.
he doesn't advance, if he, especially to Columbus, right?
To Columbus in the first round, yeah.
Because this is not the first time it's happened
Right.
with Columbus, and that's what it
When
is,
you're the
right?
higher seed too.
Yeah, right.
They've been I mean, I think they were a 4 seed, 1 seed, 2 seed, 2 seed. And to lose to Columbus, who's been like a 6-7 when you play them
Yeah.
twice, I mean, that's what would do it. If it was Miami, if it was, name any other Eastern Conference team, we wouldn't be talking about it. But it's Columbus.
New York.
When it's your rivalry, I mean, when it's your rival,
yes, that
that's tough
stings even
to,
more.
yeah. Especially when, I mean, that is the one team that's kind of had our number under Noonan. I mean, yeah, we've gotten them a couple times, but even when we do beat them, we don't. I mean, we just don't play them well for whatever reason. I mean, they've got a great coach, just their whole organization is,
Top
I mean,
notch.
phenomenal. So,
well, good luck to FC Cincinnati, and hopefully they can advance to round 2 of the playoffs, which would be only a 1 game. Which
yeah, stupid format. I mean,
it is what it is, but hey, bass backwards. Everywhere else it increases, but
right. Or you don't go from a series to single elimination.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So,
or from single elimination to series. Like, I mean, it's just so dumb. But whatever.
So let's talk about UC traveling out to Utah and Mercy. It was bad. I did not watch it.
That was bad.
Thank you, YouTube and Disney, for getting into an argument, and we can't watch certain college football games or basketball games. Fix it, please. You both have more money than you need. Fix it, or else canceling YouTube and going to Fubo, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, ESPN. Like, I did the free trial for their new app or whatever. Awful. I mean, it didn't even work on Saturday. I couldn't even get it to work. It was just terrible.
Well, a lot of times, I'm like ESPN. Like, if you have just the regular ESPN app for your TV, you have to have a TV provider.
Yeah, you do. But they're new. It's like, what's it called? ESPN Unlimited or something. It's so that you can, because like ESPN Plus, you can never watch actual ESPN on it. But this new Unlimited,
you can watch it.
You can, but it's got to work. If it doesn't work, what good is it?
Exactly. Yeah. So that leads us to, I did not watch it. Plus it was late on Saturday. But
10 o'clock.
45-14. The playoff rankings came out on Tuesday. We'll talk a little bit about that, but UC dropped out. I mean, they weren't even ranked. They might be 26, 27, 28, something like that in the extended top 25. But for the coaches polls and stuff, they were ranked 25th overall. But for the playoff purposes, they weren't ranked.
Yeah.
So my question is, that loss really hurt their playoff opportunity, I believe.
Yes and no. They still control their own destiny. They have to beat BYU, obviously, who also controls their own destiny. So, I mean, that's
And it's a
essentially
sold-out game at Cincinnati.
yeah, that's essentially going to be, the game that gets you into the Big 12 championship. 'Cause, I mean, they only have one conference loss. Their other loss came to Nebraska, so that's a non-conference. So that doesn't matter in terms of getting to the Big 12 championship, and you win that, you're in the playoff.
Maybe.
So I don't think it definitely. I mean, it eliminates their chance at an at-large. They're definitely not getting that now. But I don't really think it hurts overall. There's still very real possibility. I mean, they have to win out obviously and
Right.
win the Big 12, but they control their own destiny.
That's
And
what you asked for.
nine games in, that's. I mean, yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You win, you're in.
Yep. All right. Arizona's up in 2 weeks, so get out there and support the Cats. Basketball kicked off this past week on Monday. UC won, did not look great against Western Kentucky, and Xavier squeaked by Murray State, I think it was, or somebody of that ilk. We'll go more into basketball season once football and we're done with the Bengals. We'll go into basketball a little bit more, but right now, with these early games that they're playing, not really a ton of big competition out of UC or Xavier until some of these Thanksgiving league,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah, the holiday tournament. Yeah.
tournaments. Then we can talk a little bit about that, see where they're where they rank up against those guys. So the last thing we want to talk about here before we move into our trivia, I know we're going a little long, but it's well worth it. We'd like to say thanks again for listening. And if you're still here, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment on what you think of FC's possibility or the Bengals' lack of movement on the trade deadline. We'd love to hear from you at CincySportsScene at yahoo.com, or you can just drop it in the comments section here at Instagram or Twitter at CincySportsScene as well. Moving on to the World Series recap, right? In the start of the free agency, big news coming out of Reds land today. We had a couple of people that the Reds did not pick up their options on. Let me go back here for a second and share my screen. So here's the big
Yeah,
three.
who were the three options? So they declined all of them.
Yep, they declined all of them. Austin Hayes, he was due to make like $12 million.
Yeah, it's 12. That's no surprise there.
Scott Barlow, who was a workhorse down the end, $6.5 million, and then Suter about $3 million. So it's like $21 million that they saved without bringing them back, but they had to pay the $2.25 million buyout. So you're looking at about $19 million that they have to pocket. Because if you listen to
you listen to Nick Kroll, yes,
Kroll,
that's exactly
once
what they're going to
again,
do.
he basically said for the payroll is going to be similar to what it was this year. For this year, we had Nick Martinez's $21 million, right? Which that is not going to happen.
That's gone.
That's gone. And then you have, what do you want to call it?
Well, obviously Hayes is 12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Gone.
And then you don't, who's off the books? Didn't somebody come off the books who was Griffey's off the books, I think.
Oh, Griffey, but Espinal, they let walk.
Espinal,
or they DFA'd him or whatever, and he elected free agency.
Right? I mean, he wasn't making a lot.
Well, no lot, but still.
But I thought somebody that they traded last year, or
was it Moustakis? I think Moustakis came off.
He might. Who did they DFA'd last year? That was like just a big shock. No,
Moustakis was a couple.
Candelario still on the books, so
yeah, he's on the books next year, and that's it.
Yeah. So, but free agency with Kroll's, I mean, payroll.
I mean, I've seen a lot of Schwarber stuff, and the Reds are as of right now, the Reds are the favorite to land him in free agency according to the sports books. Schwarber, which kind of blew my mind because I kind of figured he was going to get paid. And the Reds, if he's getting paid, it's not going to be from the Reds.
No.
So unless he's willing to take that, $21 million from Martinez or whatever, which I don't know why he would, but maybe he would. I don't know.
Well, you got 19.
I guess that's
right. You got 19 sitting there from those three, and if they bring back Martinez,
it's not going to be
It's not 20
what?
million. It's
Yeah,
12 probably. I mean, I think 12 million would be fair for Martinez in his role, spot starter,
yeah,
5, 6,
yeah,
7, 8 starts, and then that long relief bullpen guy.
yeah.
12 mil for him. I mean, so that's what, 8 million added to the 19. So you're looking at 27 million.
Maybe that gets you a 1-year deal, but I don't know. I just feel like he would get a lot more.
He probably wants a 3, at least a 3, maybe 4-year deal because he's what, 33?
Yeah, he's a couple years older than me, so I think he's 32, 33.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's made like 110 million so far. So, he's probably looking for another 150 or so, whatever. I mean, 4 years at 150.
I mean, he just came off a 50 homer, 130 RBI season. I mean, those dudes get paid.
Those dudes get paid because you look at that World Series, what won the games? The long ball, right?
Yep.
The home runs. I mean,
Home runs and
defense?
Yamamoto or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Yamamoto.
His rubber arm, the Bourbon rubber arm. Oh, goodness gracious. That was insane.
It was a great World Series too. I mean, it was a great World Series, and inside the park homer there, inside jokes. But so thoughts on payroll? Thoughts on, are they going to target anybody? Who's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's always disappointing to hear after what I would deem. I mean, yeah, they made the playoffs, but I'd still deem it, I don't want to say failure, but just an unsuccessful year, to just hear the front office be like, yeah, we're close, but I mean, the money's going to stay the same. So we're just kind of hoping, one of the discount guys we pick up off the waiver wire turns into Scooter Gennett and guys make a jump. I mean, that's always kind of a letdown of the year.
What I told Crawley, I go, Nick Krall could just walk right across the street, Pete Rose Way there, to Paul Brown Stadium and say the same exact thing, and you wouldn't know what team he was talking about.
Oh, yeah. No, you wouldn't.
Because it's all about, well, our guys need to take a leap. Matt McClain, he came back. He had one whole year off, and now he's one whole year in. And we expect him to take that leap. Same thing with CTB, right? He's got to take that leap.
Right. What if they're just not good enough to take that leap?
Yeah. Right.
Like, I mean, yeah, the Bengals should know they miss. The Reds, prospects, it's a little bit, it's not quite as, it's a little more difficult to find guys. But, I mean, they've had a lot of misses from their top prospects under Nick Krall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I mean, yeah, it's basically, I mean, yeah, if they just typed up a statement and threw it out on Pete Rose Way, you'd have no idea which team it came from. So they probably mixed up the letterhead between the two of them. I mean, you wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know.
So,
no.
Yeah.
No, they would fight over the signature. That's what they would fight over. Nick Krall signs it, or Katie Blackburn, whoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Dick Tobin, Well, no, Dick Tobin doesn't even talk. So.
No, yeah, I don't think he can read or write. I mean, he definitely can't watch film or scout. So.
Well, if any hot stove, kicked off this week. So anything that comes out of Pete Rose Way down there at the Great American Ballpark, you'll hear it first. So make sure you turn on that notification so that you know when we're dropping a new episode for you. All right, we're going to move into our trivia. And, last week I didn't have one. It was just a straight rant. So I still have the trivia this week. And I don't know if Sam, if you have yours from 2 weeks ago.
I do not remember what it was.
I cannot either. I think it was, I don't know, but we'll just go right into mine. If you've been paying attention to local news, you probably will know this one. But if you haven't been, then it might be a challenge for you all. So let me pull up the trivia questions. So talking football, and we're talking Bengals football here. Who in Bengals history was the first player to catch a TD pass? So name the first player to catch a TD pass in Bengals history.
Well, just because you said local recent news, I think that might give a little. Is it Trumpy?
It is Bob Trumpy. Yep. So if I would have never said that, would you have gotten it?
I probably wouldn't have. No.
Yep. So Bob Trumpy right there, a legend here in Cincinnati, not only for his play, but the sports talk radio, WLW. He's the one who really put that thing on the map. He got Chris Collinsworth started in it, Mo Egger, Paul Doherty. I mean, all these guys that have come through, Lance McAllister now on the helm, all these guys that have, come through, sat in that chair, can thank Bob Trumpy for what he did. And not only was he a local sports talk, he did a lot of NFL games, Olympic games, golf. He was all over NBC. So, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Trumpy family. He was an icon here in Cincinnati. And the late, great Paul Brown, drafted 86-6 tight end who was as fast as a wide receiver. That's how you scout talent.
Hey, they can draft wide receivers and pass catchers.
They can,
so,
but not tight ends. Not tight ends now. I mean, they haven't drafted a good tight end in a long time.
Well, yeah, it has been a while, but
yeah. But so yeah, all right.
But
so you got it.
That's another failure of why did they not get him in the Ring of Honor sooner? Why are they doing? I mean, Mo touched on this the other day. Just some of these guys are older. Just put them in so that they can be there when we celebrate them. I mean, it's just. But whatever.
Because they're cheap. They don't want to spend money to do that.
It costs $5 to put a number up there. I mean, come on.
That's a little more than that, but
well, okay, but I mean, they probably just gorilla glued it up there. It's probably not even hung properly. It's gonna fall on some poor spectator in a couple years.
Be that spectator and sue. All right. The last thing we're going to talk about tonight is the college football head coaching open positions, the carousel here. And there's 12 of them. There was 13, but Kent State promoted the interim to the head position. So what we're going to do is just rank them and how we think it's the best to the worst. So maybe we'll just go worst to best and save our number ones. But in no particular order, these are the teams that are open right now. We've got Virginia Tech, Penn State, Stanford, LSU, Auburn, Oregon State, Florida, University of Alabama, Birmingham, Colorado State, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and UCLA. So I think we can probably guess number 12 would be UAB.
Yep, this is a school that got rid of their football program a couple years ago, brought it back, and then Trent Dilfer he may have made them want to get rid of it again, for all we know. I mean, he was awful.
Yeah. And then
that's definitely the worst one.
So then the next one, I had Colorado State just because not in a Power 5. I mean,
yeah, I had Oregon State there.
I had Oregon State just ahead. I mean, I had them at 10.
So I mean, they're going to be in the same conference moving forward.
Well, that's true.
They're going to be in the Pac-12. And the only reason I have Colorado State is it's a better recruiting base in Colorado than it is in Oregon. It is.
Yeah.
There's some good players coming out. I mean, they don't stay in Colorado, but there's some good players coming out of Colorado high school.
Yep. But you had, Chad Johnson and Hoosh Mazada coming out of Oregon State.
Yeah, but they weren't from Oregon. Those might be the last two NFL guys they put out.
No, there was a quarterback not too long ago, I think, that came out. I don't know. All right, but we're going. Number 9, then I had Stanford.
I had Oklahoma State.
Did you? See, I had Stanford because they're not investing the money. Oklahoma State.
I think Stanford's going to, though. I think they're going to.
I don't know.
I think Andrew Luck's going to get some people to invest in their team. I really do.
You got Boone Pickens money at Oklahoma State. I think that's.
I mean, you do, but
and I had Oklahoma State sitting at 8. So it's just, a matter of one place. But I think Oklahoma State a little bit better right now than Stanford as far as the money and the resources that is going into the program. Now, you're right. It might change with Andrew Luck, but don't know. All right. Our next one, I had UCLA at number 7.
Yep, I did as well.
Okay.
I mean, they're second fiddle in their own city, second fiddle at their own school.
Right.
Outside of just being in the Big Ten, they really got nothing going for them.
No. And the weather's nice.
What?
Playing in the Rose Bowl. That's the only time they get to play in the Rose Bowl. Number 6, I had Virginia Tech.
See, I had Arkansas here.
See, I had Arkansas at 5. The only reason I had Arkansas at 5 is because of the SEC, the money.
See, that's why I had them at 6, because they're bottom of the barrel in the SEC. They might have the worst recruiting base of an SEC team in Arkansas. I know the money's probably going to be there. The money's honestly really not there. They're throwing it at basketball too.
Well, they are.
I mean, that's where I'm leaning on it.
And Virginia Tech, I mean, it could be a hotbed again. I mean, Frank Beamer made it great, but that was before the portal. That was before.
Yeah, it was. You're right. They don't have the money, but they play in the ACC. There's not a lot of schools that outside of Miami that are going to invest in football. I guess SMU is technically in the ACC. I guess Stanford is actually. Now that I think about it, I just said they're probably going to put money, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. I mean, it's I mean that place can get rocking. Enter Sandman if that team's even decent. I mean, it's probably a pretty good place to be.
That's where I had 5 at Arkansas. Who did you have at 5?
5 would be my Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Okay. So now the top 4, and really, I think 3 and 4. Well, I think 4's.
I think 4's set for me.
Yeah, me too. I think and I had Auburn at 4.
Yep.
Okay.
2 and 3 for me is where I kind of. I still don't know what I'm about to say.
Or
2 and 3, yeah.
And really,
One's set for me. One's set for me.
It probably is for me as well, but you can make an argument for any of the top 3 to be number 1.
Yeah,
and I think you could.
Yeah, I think you could, but I.
All right, so go ahead and read 3, 2, 1, and then I'll read 3, 2, 1.
3, Penn State. 2, Florida. 1, LSU.
Okay, I had Florida at 3, Penn State at 2, and LSU at number 1.
See that I might flip. I might go Penn State at 2. The more I think about it, to me, it's 2A, 2B. It really is.
And really, I mean, LSU is, because they're going to put the money in. They're the only team in town, right? I mean, they've got. They can go raid Texas, even though Texas is raiding, LSU's backyard.
I mean, not really though. I mean, the top players in Louisiana, unless your last name is Manning, if you're a top player in Louisiana, you go to LSU.
Yep.
Right. Unless your last name's Manning.
And Penn State, the reason I had Penn State at 2, same thing, Big Ten money. You pretty much own the state. You can recruit, and really you're only, I mean, now it's a little bit different, but you're really only competing against Michigan and Ohio State for those recruits, right? I mean, those big time recruits. You're not. Indiana might sneak in here and there. Indiana they don't have the pedigree yet of winning.
Right. They haven't. I think it's going to take a couple more years for Indiana because they haven't really put guys in the pros yet.
Right.
And that's what it takes to really take that next step in recruiting, is to put guys at the next level.
Yep.
Which I think they'll do in the next couple years as long as Cincinnati stays there.
Yeah. And then Florida, Florida for me, I mean, the swamp, you can recruit the state of Florida. I mean, when Florida was in its heyday, I mean, with Spurrier and Meyer, they couldn't be.
They only had dudes from Florida. That was it.
I mean, they could not be touched, right? If they can find somebody to take over the realm and can manage the boosters, right? Can manage the NIL, can manage the recruits now. They thought Napier was the guy, right? Coming from small, what was it?
He came from somewhere in the Sun Belt. Was it Louisiana Tech, maybe?
Somewhere like that. Yeah, and he hopped on over, just couldn't do it. So I think Florida, I mean, if they get it rocking and get the right person in there, they could be the top job out there. I mean,
it could. I think it's tougher just because you're competing with 2 other schools in your own state for the same kids.
But you
always do. But I think but what happens with, like, say, I mean, LSU doesn't, but like Auburn's competing with Alabama for those kids. But Ohio State doesn't go into Alabama. Ohio State goes into Florida. Right. Michigan goes into Florida, and they get guys out of there.
Yeah,
so that hurts Florida a little bit.
But
And I think Napier kind of set him back because he didn't get the top guys out of
he
Florida.
didn't. And they went to Florida State, and now they're going
And
to
they went to Miami.
Georgia, right? I
Yeah.
mean, because Georgia's great in Florida. You know that
Yeah.
for a
I mean,
fact.
Alabama does.
Alabama does.
Alabama
Texas
has
does. Ohio State, Michigan. I mean, everybody does, right? Just like everybody raids California. But I think, if you look at those top three programs, they're, to me, I think the most stable of the bunch would be Penn State.
I think so as well. You get a longer lease.
Yeah. Because LSU, I mean, Orgeron was gone. I mean,
he was gone the year after they won the Natty.
Yeah. And now, then bring in Brian Kelly, and it's like he's gone, with all that money left. Auburn, who knows what they're doing? I mean, they're firing people left and right.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, there's definitely Auburn's in a bad spot.
Yeah, Auburn is in a bad spot right now. But
it's not. There's going to be another. I mean, it's going to be another program that's probably ranked pretty high right now that loses 2 of their next 3 and decides to let the coach go.
And somebody will. And
Florida State might come open too. They might let Norvell go. I know. Yeah. I mean, 2 straight years of being not good.
Yeah.
At Florida State, that doesn't cut it. I mean, they definitely think highly of themselves.
And then you never know with these coaches,
Yeah, just leaving. Yeah.
Leaving, like Lane Kiffin, right? I mean, he's the name, right? Where's he going? And
I mean, every single one of these schools that we just mentioned has been rumored with Lane Kiffin.
Right. LSU in Florida for sure. Penn State. I haven't heard his name at Penn State just because he's not
but I heard it at UAB. So.
Well, yeah, but he was at, at USF or whatever it was, or Central Florida.
No, he was at FIU, I think. One of the
Florida
Miami
International.
schools.
Yeah, Florida International before taking the Ole Miss job, right? So, hey, you never know. He might want to challenge and go to UAB. No, I think he'll stay at Ole Miss, or
I think he'll stay at Ole Miss. Yeah. I don't think he's leaving. I think I think James Franklin's going to Virginia Tech.
That's the rumor that I the last day and a half they're saying Franklin, which makes sense. I think he will do well there.
That fits him. That region fits him. I thought he just didn't win the big one at Penn State. It's not like he was a bad coach there. I mean, he was there 10, 11 years.
Right.
He won 10 games every single year. If you're Virginia Tech, I mean,
you can win 9 games,
sign
10
up
games
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You sign up for that all day
long, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the coaching carousel. So keep it here, and we'll bring you any other openings, and if anybody gets hired, we'll definitely let you know. All right, that's going to wrap it up for episode number 151. For all of you that have been around since the beginning, we really do appreciate you. And those of you that have just joining us here, hey, thanks for coming along, and please hit that like button, subscribe for us, leave us a comment. That really helps our channel grow and get out there to more people that are fond of the Cincinnati sports scene. And we're talking Reds, Bengals, UC, Xavier, here, all these things that are true. We hold true and dear to our hearts. So we just want to say thank you again for allowing us to come into your home, living room, car, wherever you listen or watch. So thanks again from all of us here at the Cincinnati Sports Podcast, and take care, everybody.